The National Broadcasting Company and its affiliated stations from coast to coast present the new Tonight.
It's our opening night, and we've been rehearsing for almost 14, 15 minutes here.
The difference is between Steve Allen and Jack Paar. Steve Allen was an entertainer. Jack Paar was a person.
We're all a little nervous in television these days, friend.
What made Jack Paar different was that it was all conversation.
She doesn't even drink, she tells me.
He made it a talk show.
Were you this rough on Fisher?
The Jack Paar Show is basically just talking. Like, you know, it's funny, you think of these as talk shows, there's not as much talking now.
An ambition of my life was to be successful enough to buy a German Shepherd. And that's the greatest dog in the world, in my opinion. And I was able to buy one a couple of months ago, and I told you about saying to the dog, on the paper, but not when I'm reading it, you know.
I got the sense that we were having an intimate conversation because he told us intimate stories.
Darling, I'm in the bathtub, and I'm standing here shivering. I'm in the nude.
His daughter getting her first bra. Oh, yeah, that's what you want Dad telling to a national audience.
He was just a brilliant open wound on television.
I went on working up this anger about nothing.
And you watched him on eggshells because he was that close to the surface.
I don't trust anything, so see, how can a man be all bad who wears elastic stockings with a garter and a garter belt? But we're not going to go into that today.
But boy, did he hook people. It made you glue to him on the screen.
I got to see the show when I was like, I think in 1960. That was my first time ever in a television studio, of course.
Studio 6B at NBC in New York, the same studio where Jimmy Fallon now does The Tonight Show.
And it was the band playing, and the audience was in a lather. And then Paar walked out, and you could tell that you were making contact with this person who was talking to you and talking to an audience and seemed to be enjoying himself. It was thrilling.
And it got the highest ratings in the history of The Tonight Show up to that point.
This show just caught the country's imagination in a huge way, and kind of like we rocket shipped late night television from there.